Hi everyone and welcome to A to B Hornby Railways. Brand new shop update video coming very quickly on the back of the last one, and I wanted to get in before the apocalypse hit, because didn't you know the end of the world is nigh? Or at least the end of the model railway world is nigh if you believe the national media. The hobby has been featuring on national and local news programmes, various current affairs programmes over the last few days, with the general message that it's dying. The idea being that model railway stereotypically is the preserve of elderly granddads and their lofts and their sheds, and as they die out there's nobody coming through to replace them. And that has been fueled by, of course, the announcement that Hattons is to close after 77 years, and the Warley Model Railway Group have announced they're ceasing their November show at the NEC, one of the biggest in the country, if not the biggest. And they rather added fuel to the fire with that, because the reason they gave was the fact that it's the same organising group who've been doing the show for the last 30 years. And there is no young blood coming through to take over. So the media have jumped on those things and have come up with these rather sensationalist stories, in my opinion. And I wanted to sort of take this opportunity to come back at it and offer a very different spin, because, you know, I don't see the hobby dying. Yes, it's difficult at the moment. The cost of living means there's less disposable cash out there. You know, me as a business owner can see that. You know, our end of 2023 was the poorest we've had for quite some time for that quarter. Things are still quiet in January, and it is a challenge for business owners, but I'm sure we'll come through it like many other challenges. We survived COVID, we've survived here flooding, we've survived all kinds of things, so I'm sure we're going to get through it. And I think some of the reasons given actually are quite stereotypical and are not actually true. In terms of Warley, yeah, it might be the same ownership group or organising group that have been doing it for the last 30 odd years. They may not have people in their club who are going to take it on. Doesn't mean it's the same for every club, and I know that's not true. But big shows cost a lot of money to put on. The overheads are massive, and attendance at those shows since COVID has dropped because people don't want to be in crowds. There are less people who want to be in crowds, you know. I know these large shows have suffered a little bit with their attendance. And when you consider the cost of hiring the hall, the insurance, the cost of the layout owners' travel, accommodation, expenses, the overheads are massive. And yes, you get money back from the traders, and yes, you get money at the tickets. But if your ticket sales start to drop, then your profits start to get eaten away, and maybe you don't make a profit. And the Nottingham Club found that a few years ago, when they returned to Hatton for the first time on the weekend of the Beast from the East. And they didn't get a big attendance, and they made a massive loss. And model railway groups can't afford massive losses. Well, perhaps the Warley Club have seen that coming, that maybe their attendance is dropping and they're concerned about whether they're going to make a profit. And I think added to that, and rather missed by a lot of people, is the fact that only a couple of days after Warley announced they weren't going to go ahead, was the Hornby magazine, Key Model World, who owned them, have announced Key Model World Live, a massive 2-day model event in April. And where is it? NEC in Birmingham. Can the NEC really support 2 shows? Probably not. And I think with that taking place, Warley have probably seen that coming and thinking, let's err on the side of caution and not take the risk. And that might have more to do with it than a hobby that's dying. And as for Hattons, you know, yeah, sad news, but let's think about other things with Hattons. In the 5.5 years I've been in business, they've very rarely been able to offer Backman products. Backman stopped supplying them for whatever reason, not going to speculate. They were put into the lowest Hornby tier at one point, so their Hornby supplies were affected. The 2 biggest manufacturers, and Hattons had issues with supplying those products. That's a lot of trade to lose. So with their big overheads, their warehouse, number of staff they employ, and all of that, perhaps there's other reasons why the business has decided to close. And I don't want to be unkind, I wasn't actually surprised when I read the news. So maybe it's not all doom and gloom, and I'm sure people who have shopped with Hattons will go elsewhere. You know, there'll be other big retailers who are already marketing themselves and looking to grab that trade, and there's a bigger slice of the pie for everybody else. And there'll still be the big events, and the local shows are thriving as well, and I've seen that myself going out at the events. I've seen that the local shows are thriving. And yes, Hornby have produced a very small number of announcements this year. There might be others coming later in the year, might be spreading their announcements over the whole of 2024 like Bachmann do, and just keeping that quiet. It might be that there is so much backdated stuff they need to bring out, they want to have a catch up, and that makes sense too. So perhaps we shouldn't actually jump onto those things and panic. Here, A to B model railways, yeah, it is a challenge at the moment. Things are difficult in the trading world, but we are still here. We're still battling on, we're still trading, and we have all kinds of products for you. Rest of this video, we're going to look at some of those new products that have arrived into the shop, and we're going to have a running session on the layout behind like we always do. And we're going to start off by looking at one of those Hornby products right now. That Hornby Standard 2 is an absolutely beautiful model, and it's been well worth the wait since it was announced in the catalogue some 3 years ago to it arriving here right now. It's an accurate depiction of the prototype, and it's sure to be very, very popular. I think in terms of my running session, I might have been better off giving the loco a short running in session before I actually filmed it. It was filmed straight out the box, and there were a couple of little tight spots that worked their way out through the session. When I was putting the loco back, I also found between the loco and tender there was a small amount of foam, a bit of the packaging that was still in place, and I think that caused the loco to derail slightly as it reversed into the loop at the start of the film. But it is a fantastic model. It does actually run really well once it gets through the running in, and it is well worth a purchase. We have two versions currently in stock, around about £196 each. We have the early crest version depicting number 78010, as you saw in the film, and the late crest version carrying the number 78047. Just head to our website, www.a2bmodelrailways.co.uk, if you're interested in purchasing. Now, recently we've had a Hornby delivery carrying not just one of the Standard 2s, but also some other steam locomotives into stock. The second wave of the W1 Hush Hushes have started to arrive. And the grey version was quite popular on the initial releases. Now we have it again with the smoke lifting cowls at the front of the locomotive, providing sort of a taller smoke box front. Catalogue number R30126, the number 10,000 in grey L&ER livery, is now available, priced at around £232, and you can get that from our website right now. The other version of the Hush Hutch, we've had new stock of this arrive. The W1 in rebuilt streamlined version, catalogue number R30125. It's BR blue, carrying the BR number 60,700. We had some of these in just before Christmas. They sold out very quickly. We've got new stock in right now, and so again, check those out on our website, price £232 if you are interested. Further steam locomotive models feature Caerphilly Castle in the small roundel Great Western Railway livery. The locomotive is catalogue number R30328, loco 4073 Caerphilly Castle, and we have that in stock priced at £192. And another preserved locomotive example is the unrebuilt Bullied Pacific 257 Squadron 34072. That locomotive is currently available in the very early British Railways green, catalogue number 30129. We've got that in stock at £238, and again, you can head to our website if you're interested in those. For diesel modelers, we've got a couple of the small diesels new into stock recently. The first of the Ruston 88 DS models, the 040, has arrived. Two versions were originally announced in BR blue and BR green. It's the blue version that's arrived first, carrying the loco number 20, catalogue number R3897. We had quite a few pre-orders which we're dispatching at the moment of this model. We've got one or two still available. They're priced at £102.50, and you can again head to our website and eBay shop if you're interested. And the smaller version of the Ruston, the 48 DS model, that comes with the permanently coupled flatbed match wagon to allow better pickups. We've had another version of that come into stock. It's the preserved Great Central Railway version. It carries the GCR Nottingham colours in green with the BR brown bauxite match wagon carrying GCR pallet on the side. It's very much a preserved version of the locomotive. It's named Quag after the Quorn Woodhouse Action Group. The locomotive originally worked at Quorn Woodhouse Station in the early years of preservation. It's now at the Nottingham Heritage Centre at the other end of the line. And these very attractive little models, perfect for small layouts, retail at £99, and we have those in stock as well. So quite a few locos to choose from, including that Standard 2 and the ones we've just shared with you there. Head to our website, www.a2bmotorrailways.co.uk if you're interested, or check us out on eBay. And don't forget, at these difficult times, we offer all kinds of payment options to buy your locos from us and to make pre-orders. You can, of course, pay upfront, pay the full amount, come into the shop or order online, and we'll send the loco out to you as soon as we have it. If it's in stock, it comes out straight away, of course. But if you want to spread the cost, you can get in touch with us, and we do flexible payment options via PayPal. Literally, we set a PayPal account up for you, or PayPal invoice up for you, and you can pay off small amounts as and when until you've paid off the full amount, and we'll send the loco to you. Lots of our customers are doing it, and at this time, when costs are high, money is tight, it's another way that we're doing something to help our customers. So check those out. Bit of a quick video today, a lot shorter than the last one, but I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget, if you liked what you've heard, like, subscribe, share, comment down below. We always like to hear your comments, and I shall see you very soon. Goodbye.